congratulations to this really cool story, fun, entertaining Sabotage.
Thank you.
You play Grinder, which I really loved, your character.
Thanks.
I think he's really, really cool. Can you talk about the preparation you had to prepare for this role, Grinder, play an undercover DEA elite agent? How challenging was it?
Well, the real challenge is doing a good job for those guys who are out there doing it for a living.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that we trained alongside with and were trained by.
Oh.
So, you know, I set my sights to try to make them proud. You know, people are going to say what they're going to say. As long as those guys are happy with what I did, then that's a successful performance to me. So, you know, I worked really, really hard, and then so did the rest of the cast. Everybody did a fantastic job of trying to do as much justice as we could to these guys who really do it.
When you mentioned that you trained alongside with the real DEA agents, is that true?
Well, we trained alongside
former?
a lot of people. We trained
Okay.
alongside of, their sheriff's department that taught us the, handgun, handgun, shotgun, fully automatic rifles. We trained with martial artists, stand-up and ground fighting, MMA. I worked alongside undercover narcotics agents.
Wow.
And then we had Mark Schlegel taught us tactical fighting, which is breaching and clearing buildings.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that's a lot of training that you and your co-stars had to go through to prepare for the role. When you mentioned different types of guns, I mean, that's already seems challenging enough because there's so many different types of guns that you have to know. And especially, I'm sure in real life with these real DEA agents, they have to always be prepared for would come in considered the worst when they're undercover, right? Did they share any interesting stories with you?
Oh yeah, I mean there were a lot of it's scary out there what these guys do. So yeah, I mean a lot of them were really horrific and horrendous, and some of the things that they've seen. There were guys that one guy said he never carried anything in his right hand for 23 years.
Why?
So he could reach for his weapon in case something happened. So when you're conscious of that in your daily life, in your personal life, when you're even not at work, to have something like that and then try to come home and have a personal life.
Yeah.
And he said that he was never really able to fully tell his wife what he did at work.
You can't, right?
Because it's just too horrific,
Yeah.
And there's a reason why the public doesn't know what's going on
Yes.
out there. And so, I think in that way, it was a really interesting project because it took me behind the scenes and behind the curtain of a side of life that people they're not, for good reason, not allowed to know about. Because people would lose their minds and never leave their house and everyone would freak out.
That's true. That's
So,
true.
yeah, it was eye-opening.
So now what's next for you, Joe?
What's next for me?
Yeah.
Well, last season of True Blood.
Oh.
And then I'm going to shoot a comedy with Jason Sudeikis and Rebecca Hall called Tumble Down.
Oh.
And I just financed, directed, and produced a movie with my brother. A documentary that comes out on June 27th. It's called La Bear. It's a documentary about real-life male strippers in Dallas, Texas. So it's kind of like the
really?
Tide People Over to Magic Mike 2.
Oh, okay.
And we're going to do Magic Mike 2 at some point soon.
Oh, yeah?
So
it's going to be busy.
So there's that, and I've got a couple other movies that just came my way, and I'm trying to figure out the schedule for. So, and then I have a full-fledged production company where we have a bunch of projects on our slate and book of that options and
Wow.
scripts being written. So, and then Simon & Schuster wants me to write a series of books to add on to my book from last year. So I got to find time to do all this stuff.
Wow. Congratulations
Thank
to
you.
great success.
Thank you very much.
Hope to see you next time.
Thank you.